his ability is a little it's like a little remote control car which has an
Is that an ability or is
it.
it just a tool he happens to have?
You're not wrong. To be honest, they're all their tools. They're all like.
So they're all tools. Okay.
Oh mum, no! Come on, you cheeky shit. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video with me, tomjsherlock, and I'm wonderful. And who are you?
Your mother.
Yes, my mother. And today we are going to be watching something a
Nice
little.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks. Today we're going to be watching something a little bit different. It's the main game I play on my stream over at twitch.tv tomjsherlock. And today, because it's a game I love and put tons and tons of hours into playing it, I thought what better way than to introduce Mum to the world of Rainbow Six Siege. And today we are going to be watching all the operator videos. The only one not included in this is Grim, because Grim is, well, not officially released into the full build yet. But we'll crack on straight into it.
Alrighty.
So enjoy, Mum.
I'll try.
So basically, just to let you know, you can play these characters in game, and there's attackers and defenders, and these are their little intro videos to who they are, and it shows you a little bit about their abilities.
And do you play this in teams or is it kind
Yes,
of...
5 versus 5.
Oh, okay.
Fighting hostiles is like
That's the name, Sense.
solving a puzzle.
And what's
All
your
the
aim?
pieces are a
Just
total
kill the
mess.
baddies.
It's attack versus defense.
So you're killing the
Then
other
you
team.
solve it as if you always knew the answer.
And there's 2 bombs which you try and defuse. So that was the first one, Sense.
Okay.
Also, you might recognise this lady's style, because I was going to try and get Mum to make me a cosplay of Azami, because I've got a shirt next door which is quite similar, but we didn't get around to it. How cool is that shirt as well? Yeah, the jacket looks sick. And the mask as well. Very
We
cool,
can still
very
do
cool.
it.
We can. Well, maybe we'll look out for that in the future in the Twitch streams as Army cosplay. Maybe for the subathon in September.
It's got good hair.
Great head of hair. So that was his army.
Yeah. They're quite quick.
I know, it's quite quick and short, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I
To be
feel...
fair, there is about 60 defenders
Oh, okay.
and attackers.
What are you supposed to have gleaned from that information?
It's basically
she
these are sort of
throws
like-
a knife.
Yeah, so that actually is her ability. She throws
Okay.
and then it creates a bulletproof impact circle. So what
Okay,
it
so
enables you
shield,
to, yeah, like a little shield. But yeah, these are basically just the quick reveal videos. They sort of tease you a little bit.
So what
They
would
show
you use this for? Would you look at it to decide who you're going to play?
Well, they're
and
just
then...
quite cool, aren't they?
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like to build hype around the new operator that's coming out.
Oh,
that
so it's
season.
kind of like
like a little trailer, like a little hype
trailer.
up
okey-dokey.
video for
I
them.
thought it was going to be actually useful for people playing.
Well, no, you already guessed what her ability was. Straight away.
That's all she did. And they throw bombs.
That's her little thing. Little razor.
My turn.
It's bloody quick, isn't it?
Yeah,
Jesus,
wow.
it's bloody fast.
Don't blink.
Yeah, don't blink or you'll miss it, everyone.
My work keeps us one step ahead. The
I want you
best
to
at
try and guess their
managing
names before they come out.
Our agents may have their skill sets, but
Uh,
my design,
Why didn't you wait and see what they're...
techno.
they give us the edge in the field. So that we can hit hard and come
Well,
back
if she had
safe.
faith in that, surely she should have just stood behind it while they were shooting her.
They should have stood behind
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
But what do you think their name is, if you had to guess?
The engineer.
Not bad, not bad. Nowhere close.
Not a scratch.
Usa. I really like this operator. Their gun's fantastic.
Precision.
Tattoo?
These are essential when it comes to saving lives.
I like them already. They got a bit more character to them.
Yeah.
And that's how I fly.
Okay,
sorry, no guessing for you there. Sorry, that's good. Also, you didn't see any of what their ability is. They're like
I can
they're
fly
seen
a
as like
helicopter.
a field medic.
And that's it.
almost. They put down a little Kona station which heals you.
Okay.
A bit like, do you remember Lifeline from Apex? It's a bit like that, a little bit like that.
So you might want them on your team.
Yeah, very good, very good, very good, very good operator. This dude's pretty cool as well.
Getting the job done often requires a creative approach.
He's so fancy.
That's where
it's
I come
important time.
I don't think I'd have guessed.
If you had to guess,
Lucienne.
That's not bad actually. I can see Flores as a Lucien. So his ability is a little it's like a little remote control car which has an
Is that an
explosion
ability
to
or is it just a tool he happens to have?
You're not wrong. To be honest, they're all their tools. They're all like.
So they're all tools. Okay.
Oh mum, no! Come on, you cheeky shit. Ugh.
My gate stands like a star in the darkness,
That's a laser gate.
a
Sorry,
burning
gate.
light that keeps enemies at bay. Can you take the heat?
What do you make of her?
Well, not much because there wasn't much information.
She's also got a robot arm.
Okay.
She punched through walls.
So, was that an ability that there was a gate?
Yeah, so that's her
virtual gate?
gadget. That's her gadget.
Okay.
But then she also has a robotic arm which can like punch through walls.
Is Inspector Gadget on here as well?
Go gadget arm. No Inspector Gadget, I'm afraid. No Inspector Gadget.
I think he'd do well in this because he's got lots of gadgets.
That's very
So
true.
just the
There we
one.
go. New operator, Inspector Gadget to Siege, just has everyone's abilities.
Yep.
That would actually be sick.
You should know better than to write me off.
I think I'd play him because I feel he's a little older, so would have a little bit more experience.
You just fancy him, you pervert.
No, and he would think he'd be good at tactics. and
Consider this a
planning,
teaching moment.
whereas the others just- Sam Fisher.
Well, that's also
Was his
from,
name Sam Fisher or Zero? Wait a
Zero.
minute, I'm
Well, Sam
confused.
Fisher's from other Tom Clancy games.
Oh, okay.
So it's sort of like added it into the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege world.
Oh, and gave him two names.
Yep.
Hyphenated.
Shut up.
Up a tweet. Down the lift shaft.
To be fair, these videos do get longer. Each individual one, I believe.
Wait a minute. Are we up a tree or down a lift shaft? I'm confused now.
Huh?
What was the tree for? And then we're down a lift
I
shaft.
think this might be revealing two operators. So we might be switching between the two stories.
I'm confused.
Or I'm just wrong.
Or is this not reality?
Hmm?
Is the tree thing not reality and they're actually down the lift shaft?
And we'll find out. No, it's two different operators.
Yes. I like the head torch. Very sensible.
A true predator strikes out of necessity, not greed. And they protect what is theirs.
Very ethical.
There's no chasm too wide, no wall too thick that will stop me from bringing you home.
He does look like he's got a pair of pants
bit
on
of-
his head there.
But I feel he's got a strong Messiah
Yeah.
complex.
It really what
Saving the world.
Saviour, yeah.
Saving the world.
Well, that
That's
was
not a
Ace-
bad thing.
no, that was Ace and Malusi.
Depends whether you're
So-
finding him or.
Yeah.
So I think he'd be very focused and want to get it done because he wants to be the hero.
True. Very true.
He's on my team.
He's on your team. So far you've got Ace and
Whoever that was.
Malusi.
Oh.
Ace and Malusi, those two.
I will not remember his name.
This is one of my favourite dudes. Can you guess why?
Is he running around a lot?
So basically pleased.
Do you not that she's not running around a lot?
No, Ayana is. Oh, I've just ruined it. Alright, you have to guess his name.
Ayana. No.
That's her, but this guy.
Lucas.
Well, almost.
Everyone's running from something. But the darkness within can't be vanquished by distance.
That's a bit quiet.
It can only be tempered by finding something to run towards.
I'm worried that he's not hydrated enough.
True.
And the promising light of new horizons.
Oh, what was that?
So that
Is
was
she not really there?
Ayana, the lady on the moon, and her ability is she does a hologram of herself.
I got it
Turns
right. I
out.
said, is she not really there? Yeah.
And can you guess what Oryx is? Oryx was the dude in the desert.
Running.
Yeah, pretty much. He just runs through
Running.
walls. He just runs through walls and can jump really high up through hatches.
Do you have to reload in this? Do you have to find ammunition?
So this
and
isn't like Apex where it's a battle royale. It's done in like rounds.
Yeah. So do you have to reload?
Yes,
Okay.
like any weapon. Yeah.
So, okay, dokie. So it's not just about blasting everything to smithereens.
No,
it's about
but you can play like that.
a bit of strategy as well.
You can play like that.
Okey-dokey.
Well, when we get further into
But do you win if you play like that? That's the point,
It
isn't
depends. Everyone's got a different play style, and that's what makes gaming unique, mother.
Are we underwater? So I think
You've heard my price. If it's too high, then we've nothing left to discuss.
special ability is breathing
You
underwater.
think I run a charity? I have investors unlike you.
Or is it just
And they
meditation?
expect a return.
You
Call me when you're
spot on
serious.
this, Mum.
Still breathing underwater though.
Payment received. I'll bring my best man.
It's like 11.
It is a little bit actually. It's a bit Stranger Thingsy.
Nothing is unique.
Wamai, prep for phase 2.
I think their name is Piranha.
So that was
We'll never know.
Wamai. That was Wamai, and also the lady there, Callie, was another operator as well. What's interesting
It's
is
quite a lot, isn't there? It's quite confusing.
Well, what's interesting is there's.
Is that good to have so many?
Well, it's just because the game's been out for 7 years, so they just added more and more operators to try and keep it a fresher meta in the game.
Is that a good thing?
I think so, yeah.
Or is it better to work on the ones you've got and improve them?
Well, those people who are very big into their siege would have a very. I'm sure you could have a debate with them about that for a very long time, Mum. A very,
I
very
think it's
long
better
time.
to have
A small
quality, not quantity.
Interesting debate.
Are you appealing to the lowest common denominator? If you're just going, let's have something new, let's have something new.
That's very
Why
true.
not work on what you've got and improve it?
Very true. Well said, Mother. Well said.
It's a disposable society, isn't it?
You want to eat?
Sure, but it's your turn to pay.
Oh, man. So look, remember this morning when we recovered the stolen artifacts? Those guys might have noticed me.
Ooh, I like a bit
Things
of
got a little heated.
cartoon.
Then there was that beautiful moment. Me making my escape. Enemies in hot pursuit. You taking that shot, covering my back, and giving me a boost. Que paja causa. But
That was actually sick. Because there, you've just seen both their abilities there.
I like
So
both
his
of
is the
them.
little explosive shields, and hers are a Garrow
So
hook
would you
where
tend
you
to-
eat in.
If you were going to play in a team, would you aim to get both of them in your team?
Well, one's a defender and one's an attacker.
Yeah,
So they can't
that's
be
what
on
I'm
the same
saying.
team.
Oh.
Because it's 5 attackers versus 5 defenders, and then you
Oh,
switch.
so they'd have to fight against each other.
Yes.
Oh,
Also,
great
you
cup of
should know
tea.
you should know her name on the right, Mum, because it's the one character that I play the most and always talk about. And we have an emote on Twitch of me, my face on her face. Not not in a weird way. No, I mean in like a. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
know.
no.
No,
Okay, it begins with A.
Anna,
Amar.
Amara,
Amaru.
Mari.
Amaru, and he's Go. I dressed up as Goyo, remember? And I did a little weird thing in the side of my hair. What's weird thing? Scar.
Yeah.
lost my wallet and all the excitement.
Don't worry.
I think that's sad that you have to split that team out.
Just kidding.
Surely in your team you want a defender and an attacker.
Well, no, because in Siege you have, if you're playing there are other game modes, but the defenders will spawn in a building and they've got an objective to defend some stuff, whether it be an area, a hostage, or 2 bombs. And the attackers are trying to
so
go
it's
in
a
there.
different kind of
Yeah, the attackers spawn
scenario
outside of the
each
building.
time.
And
Do you choose a scenario? So, like, say there were 5 of you, or you had your team of 5, and I had my team of 5.
Yeah.
Do you like? Do I say, Tom, come play with your team against my team? What we're gonna do? How does it work?
Well, it's just you get matched into lobbies where people will then play.
right.
So it's
So
against
it's
random
random
people. But you can do custom game modes where you can play against your mates and stuff, which is what I do for my tournaments we run every month.
Oh yeah.
On Rainbow Six Siege, the Tom J. Sherlock Invitational Tournament, with one taking place on the 16th and 17th of September 2022.
He's coming back from his Hollybob specially.
So if you're into playing Siege competitively and you want to have me cast over it, get yourself in the Discord, get yourself over to
who wouldn't
Twitch.
want that?
Exactly, Mum. And just ask any questions you might have about it.
Hey, Baya!
I think that's,
It's on me.
yeah, I think that's one of my favourites so far.
But I don't want them on my team because I only want them to win. Bit James Bondy.
Sounds a bit James Bondy, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Word.
Yeah. Or a bit FBI.
Does look like Ned Flanders though. He did look like Ned Flanders a bit, didn't he?
No.
That wasn't. This is the next one.
What was his name?
Last one was called Warden.
Oh yeah.
And he's got special glasses that let him see through smoke. Don't laugh.
So really handy for outside a pub.
True. Yeah,
great.
very true.
Can just carry a fan. Ooh, spooky. I like a spooky one.
That was
What was
Knock.
that?
Nook,
I like that.
Nook.
Okay.
So their ability is they have a little watch to press
tell the
and it
time.
cloaks them. And then in the game you can look through cameras, and if that ability is active, you can't see them on that.
Okay.
And you
They're
move
on the
quieter.
tip. So what have we got? We've got Knock.
You've got Ace with the
Ace.
Messiah complex, Nook, the invisible one,
Yeah.
and then you had Zero because you liked him because he was old and a silver fox.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Because he was experienced and would be good at strategy.
That's just the same thing as a silver fox, I think.
No.
Okay.
Just the colour of your hair.
Fair.
So I need 2 more.
Can you guess where
I think
these two
I
are
need
from?
some more aggression, I feel.
Right. So you got the
Yeah,
defender on the
Ayers
left, attacker on the right.
Oh, so I can only choose one of these again? Ugh. Well, we want the attacker. Which is the attacker? Let me guess.
You need to listen or else we won't even be able to tell.
This is the attacker.
Correct.
That's the defender.
Correct. Well done.
I don't need to listen.
It's like really was quiet.
Was quiet.
Convoy entering the sector in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Quite
That
like-
was
I like
Mozzie
them.
and Gridlock
Which is which? Gridlock was the one on this
on the
side.
right. Yeah, her ability is she throws down big metal trap stingers on the ground.
Okay,
So
but
like
that's
protect
only
you from people
useful.
sneaking behind you.
Yeah, but that's not really. Is that useful in a building?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gridlock and Mozzie in pursuit.
Oh, this is them, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I think I quite like Gridlock.
Gridlock, deploy tracks.
Yeah, I can see that.
Seeing that. And that was his ability, Mozzie. He shoots out a little thing and it steals the... Because when you're attacking, you have these little drones which drive around to scout out the area.
Oh yeah, when I was watching that. What was it we were watching in Berlin?
Oh, the L6 Major.
They were saying about
Yes,
drones.
Mum.
He's put up a drone.
Mum watching the L6 Major, let's go. So this is similar.
On the highest
attacker.
peaks I found the wind. Now, I let it clear my path.
Ooh, okay. I
So
want
her
Nomad
ability
as well.
is you sort of shooting those
so I've
things.
got Nomad, Gridlock,
Zero,
Nox,
Knock,
Zero.
Nook, and Ace.
There you go.
So
Done.
her ability.
I go home now. I am home.
Her ability, she's got like flank watch, so she'll shoot out little. They're called air jabs, and if people sneak around and they hit them, they get blown up.
Are they dead or
no.
just floating about?
It makes them just like fall. It's not as dramatic as that. They just go backwards and fall on the floor for a bit.
Oh, so you still have to kill them?
Yeah, but I mean, you know they're there because they're
disabling them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want her to.
Well, now you need to pick your defender team.
Oh wait, I thought I only had 5.
It depends. That would be on attack or on defense. So he's a defender.
I had some defenders.
You've just
I had
had
Gridlock.
They're all attackers you picked so far. So we'll try and pick 5 defenders.
Do I get 10 in my team?
Break your back against a mountain.
How do you say that? Cade?
Cage, yeah. So his ability is he'll throw his little electromagnetic claw, and because you want to, it's like a siege. It's like a siege game. You're breaking into places. His little electromagnetic claw makes it so you can't breach through that.
Are you always going into buildings?
Yes.
I didn't realise that. Because a lot of these things have been out in the open air.
True, but don't forget this isn't the this is more the hype building trailer.
It looks like the wing of an animal.
I think it's their arms.
I was trapped for a long time. Lived and seen things you couldn't imagine.
I haven't seen a lot of these, you know. This is my first
Now
time
I see
seeing
things in a different light.
Maverick. Attacker. I'm not allowed any more attackers.
No, you're not.
Can't have you.
You're like Clash. Oh, I've just said it. Fuck.
I think this one's cool. Clash. Ooh. Defender?
Yeah.
This is where you stop.
So she's got a big, massive shield which electrocutes people.
Okay, yeah.
She's pretty good,
So
and she always shouts. She always shouts, "Come here, you muppets!" Because she's English.
Because that's what English people say.
And I think they need to add a voice line like, "Do you want a bottle of water?" Yeah, solid voice line there.
Lovely. What's that? SAS berry. What's the red one? Engineer.
Not sure. Some of these.
I have a lighter.
That's what his abilities. He has these big cameras which can shoot people with the cameras on defense.
Is he an attacker or defender?
Defender. He's got these big 2 cameras he can set up which can shoot
I
stuff.
can't choose him because I just don't feel I know enough about him.
True. Some of these are a lot more revealing than others. Like the Goyo and Amari one was the best so far, I think.
Illusions are fatal. If you waver, you're mine. If you pick wrong, you're mine.
Is she doing holograms of themselves?
Yeah, that's her. So she's a defender and she can throw out 4 things that look like her. And if you shoot them, then it gives away your position with like a ping to the other defenders.
Yeah.
It's quite useful.
I think it's a bit silly.
Ricin. Anthrax. Sarin gas. Ebola. VX gas. Chimera viruses. Some enemies are invisible. But the CBRN threat unit is Rainbow's shield against those enemies that can kill you with a single drop of blood.
Nanobots online.
Big brother coming in
So
from
they're
watch.
infecting people.
Or one wrong breath.
So she has nano. She does like a boost which heals everyone. And if they're like in a down state, it can pick them back up.
So defender.
Attacker.
Oh.
And the other one was Lion.
Feels like more defense.
And another one was Lion, who has this big drone over top. And when you ping it, if any of the defenders are moving at that time, it gives away their position on the map.
Okay,
it's very complex, to be honest. Siege is very complex.
How would you start to play this?
There's a lot of good guides on YouTube. A lot of good guides, and they've added in game recently, like a little
Feels like
when you
quite
play a
hard
character.
work.
True.
Oh, in Spain.
Ibiza. I just come back from there. Poggers. God, it's very quiet, this one.
Jackal. So it's like.
Oh.
What happens to my sunglasses sometimes?
I'm hoping this is showing you their abilities. Look now.
Well, I can see footprints.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be quite useful because we're on the siege.
Yeah.
Ahora me veis. Ahora no me veis.
Oh, that other person had like a bulletproof thing.
So you can see out of it, but they can't see in.
There's nobody in there. What are they shooting? Can you shoot through it then?
No, you have to break it to shoot through.
Oh, then that's absolutely.
No, because what you can do is you'll put it on one wall, and then you'll leave the other wall like unreinforced, so you can just shoot to the side, shoot to the side of it. Yeah, exactly. You got it nailed on. And then the other one is Jackal.
And what? In the meantime, the people in the room haven't noticed that you're putting in loads of windows in the wall and left the bloody room.
But you get a prep stage in Siege, so the defenders get a minute to set up their defense.
Not like real life.
True, true. And Jackal's a foot sniffer, so he tracks the feet and gives away the position of the enemies.
No, I don't like that.
Don't like foot sniffing.
No.
Noted.
What's that? Oh, it's the operation.
Was that just the reveal for Doc? Is that it? I don't know. Don't worry about that one.
So, with that Blood Orchid, is that the scenario or is it a person?
That's the name of like the season, the new season that's being released.
Oh, okie dokie.
We love a bit of Ying. Fantastic operator.
Attacker or defender? I'm not allowed.
Attacker.
No, I'm not allowed.
Legion's good. This is Legion. He's a defender.
Stab.
Like blind and flasher.
So did you say this was defenders?
One's an attacker, one's a defender. So Ying's the attacker and Legion's the defender. And this is his defensive ability. So they're like invisible little toxic mines.
Okay, yeah. He's on my team. So who have I got? Defender?
I can't remember.
We've got two, but we can't remember the other.
We can't remember. Tense.
Three new operators. Didn't we just see only two?
Yeah, I'm
we lost the
confused about
ability
that.
to count.
Me and Mum have lost the ability to
It's a
count.
brutal, dangerous world out there. But I found my way. Chaos is my home. And I'll make sure you never escape it.
I do have to say, I think I did prefer that in Apex you had like a backstory.
We can watch that. There are backstories to
Yeah.
these operators, so we can watch that
I
and
feel
then find
this
out a bit
is-
more about them.
I don't feel this is quite quick and it doesn't give you enough information to choose what would be good
Yeah.
about using them and what would
There
be,
is far
what their
more
weaknesses are.
operators in Siege than
I
there
don't
are
think so.
Legends in Apex.
And you prefer Siege?
Yeah. But I am going to give Apex a go. We might get Mum to play Apex.
I will not be very good. What's going on, Tom?
You never saw me coming. Don't feel so bad.
I think we did see you coming because there's loads of
Nobody
images of
ever
you
sees
there.
me.
You? Look.
I'm in everyone's blind spot.
Vigil. So Vigil is a defender, but very similar to Nook, can go invisible to cameras and drones.
Okay, so would that be a good to have both of those in your?
He's a
or not
defender,
really?
Nook's an attacker.
Yeah, I know that.
So similar abilities.
So in your team,
but...
you can have defenders and attackers in your team.
So you
No.
switch, you take it in turns. So you'll do a number of rounds on defense.
So
and then
if
you'll
you had
switch
not
to the attack.
on the other team, it'd be good to have Vigil on your team
Yeah.
against them.
Yeah, very good.
Do you know in advance what the other teams?
If you drone them out, you do.
Well, yeah, but that's too late because you've already chosen your teams.
Yeah. Well, they've added in something recently where the attackers can re-pick depending on where.
Just
what
like
the defenders
Pokemon
have.
Go Battle League.
Yeah, it is a bit. Yeah, it is a bit.
Are they going to be Warrior?
Your phone is
5
ringing.
or what?
Here. Let me get that for you.
I like them, but they're an attacker, I guess.
Yeah, Dokkaebi.
So can't have them because I've
So
already...
Dokkaebi, her ability, you'll find this one funny, is rings your phone and then you have to turn it off or else it gives away your position. It's quite a good one.
So, if you knew she was on the other team, you just make sure you switched off your phone.
Well, you can't.
Oh, okay.
You can't, I'm afraid. You can turn it off once you're run, but it just buzzes and gives away your
Can you
position.
throw it away?
You pretty much do in the animation.
I decide when to restrain and when to kill.
Jesus. Kitted out the wazoo.
Only the best call the shots.
I quite like her, but I don't think I can... I can't remember who was in my team, so I don't know.
She's
which
an
one I-
attacker anyway. You picked already, it's too late now. But that was Zofia. These two are
Keep an
cool.
eye out for contact.
Wouldn't you know?
Eyes open. Tango spotted. Enemy contact.
And I'm
Ready for cover.
assuming when you're playing with your team, you can hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like
You're talking game.
Say, you need to go in that room.
Yeah, so Siege is it's a tactical shooter. So in Apex, you sort of run around, blah, 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 blah.
And would you say, like, if you're in your team of 5, do you find that there's one person that takes control of it?
Well, that's the thing. At the highest level, you have an IGL, which is an in-game leader who like calls the shots and says what you're doing.
But do you tend to do that if it's just like...
Well, we don't
playing
play
for
it that
fun.
seriously, just messing around a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you find that somebody naturally evolves as a leader?
Some, as I would say about myself, Mum, some are born great, some have greatness thrust upon them, and some achieve greatness.
That's not the saying, but never mind.
Is it not?
Deploying welcome mat.
So the leg trap from Frost.
Okay.
As a defender, and you're trapping it, and that happens.
Hostiles in my sight.
Notice that.
Well, you're not always looking at the floor,
Well, you should be.
but then you didn't see the people
You're in a
in front of you.
siege situation. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. Ah. Black ice. Quite like the being in the icy one.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Do
map.
you get to choose that?
The maps are random each game, but you can vote to ban some.
Tango spotted. Mounting rifle shield.
Is that a pigeon on the roof?
Probably.
It's not playing these games make you a bit paranoid.
Hmm?
These games not make you a bit paranoid.
About what? People breaking into our home and sieging us? Yeah, probably. A little bit.
Oh, do you remember when you were little?
Confirmation.
Came into your bedroom and you'd done a whole like network of string all across your room, so that if someone came in your room at night,
What, with little
they'd
bells?
No, just to trip them all up.
That is so paranoid, isn't it? That is ridiculous.
Wow.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't remember anyway. I had too many concussions. Don't remember.
There's only 2 concussions. It's hardly any. I feel that's an overused thing.
Game of power.
Yeah. A bit lazy, isn't it?
Tango in my sights.
So she has a little camera.
Not interested. They've been lazy with the name.
It's quite common. I love Valkyrie. Great operator. She's a defender.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's front, and then Blackbeard's an attacker who has the shield.
No, I'm not going to let you have her because it's a lazy name.
These are quite 2 fun operators.
Again, they show you them both, but you can only choose one for your
attack or defense.
Which is strange, because if the whole point of the game is you have a team of defenders or a team of attackers, it's strange that they're often showing a pairing of an attacker and a defender, because in the actual game they could never be on the same side.
No, but what they usually do is they bring them in from the same world, like same organisation or team or operation. So this is your Brazilian fighters being brought into the game. So you
but don't you think that's funny that you're showing them working together, but in the actual game they never could?
Yeah, true.
I'm coming for you.
Day of the Dead.
Got the position. Go get them.
So her ability is she's got a little silence pistol,
question.
shoots you, interrogates you, which kills you, but then it reveals the exact location of all the remaining attackers.
Is that an attacker or a defender?
Defender.
Oh, can we have them?
Yeah. Cav's good. Bit of a Mimi pick, but she's...
What you pick?
Mimi.
Obvious.
No, just like a bit of a funny pick. No one really plays her at the highest level in the game because she's quite easy. What?
Maybe we need to show them wrong.
Very well said, Mom.
That's a good ability though. Why are they not picked?
Because it's quite easily counterable.
Well, you didn't tell me that before I picked them.
Oh yeah, true. Well, it's too late. You're locked in there.
Loading blast!
So he has a little crossbow, and the bolt shoots fire all over the floor or smoke. So it's sort of like.
But if you had the smoky glasses, you'd be okay.
Exactly, and that's why Warden's a good operator to counter those things.
But only if you know that the person you're playing against is using that person.
True, but that's why the gamble comes in.
It's just like except no one dies.
Follow me!
Skull Ring.
And that's your little... They call it operation, their little scenario.
That's your new season, where it introduces usually a new map and some new operators to the
So how many, like if you're playing one little... What would you call it, an episode?
A quick match.
A quick match?
Yeah.
Do you call it a map each session?
So there's different game modes. There's a quick match, which is just shorter versions of it, and that can either be hostage, so that attackers have to get a hostage out of the building.
And is it like timed, or does it just go on until... Oh, so you've got to... What happened if neither of you won?
Then the defenders would win because they haven't achieved the objective.
Yeah,
the attackers,
And how long does that normally last?
3-minute rounds. Yeah, so you have to do everything quite quick.
And what about a normal if it's not a quick one?
Then they're the same, but it's just the score you have to get to goes a bit higher.
So each thing is only ever 3 minutes long.
Yeah, but then there's
is
rounds
that the
within
attraction
that.
of it, do you think?
Well, it's quite
quick.
It is quick paced, and it's not because it's only 3-minute rounds. But the games can go on quite long because then you'll have unranked and a ranked playlist. Yeah, lots of it. 3 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. But each one, okay. Is that why you like it? Because it's like instantaneous.
True. Yeah, I do. And what's quite good about streaming it is because I'm usually dead all the time and just watching cams, I get to interact with chat more. Okay. So this is Habana.
So
the
that's
other
the
attacker. And she can breach open
like the
reinforced
pairing.
walls.
I think it'd be quite interesting if you were kind of setting up a match with another team, if you paid 5 pairings.
That would be cool, actually.
Yeah.
I think they could introduce that as a game mode.
Yeah, I think that would be really interesting. So you know, each one has its counterpart.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be quite interesting.
Mum, you got full of ideas.
They just need to pay me money. Money's not important.
Big thing on the boom.
But you could just arrange that yourself.
You could always what?
Could you arrange that yourselves if it
Yeah,
was
you could. Yeah, you could.
Does it have to be 5 people?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Perhaps you could do that for your tit.
That's a good shout, actually.
You could have one that is all paired.
I think that's
matching.
good. Smashing it, mother.
Yeah.
Content ideas from Mum. Keeping me in a job.
I just wanted to pay rent. That's quite old.
It's 7 years old. Alright, so now we're into the original. This is when the game released. All these characters were in originally. And these are, I think, the best
Have
videos.
we gone backwards?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So
We started off with the most recent.
So these are the original videos, and I think personally, they were fantastic. And if you've never seen them before, you can watch them whilst you're in the game as well for each operator's video. But I think these are some of the best.
Is it because they're a bit longer, a bit more?
I think it just shows off what their character does really well. We got that little hammer up there.
Quite like the little POV, almost POV.
Can you guess his name?
Thor.
No, close.
Sledgehammer.
GPS satellites, unmanned drones, laser sights. The more crutches you have,
laser sight.
the more it hurts.
Well, I like that. The more crutches you have, the more hurts when they're kicked from under you.
That's a really good saying. I might use that. I'm going to use that. I'm stealing that.
If there's one thing I know for sure, crutches and I could be kicking them.
That sounds fun, doesn't it? Mum can kick crutches out from underneath you. What a wonderful, fat, wholesome family moment. Yeah, that sounds brilliant, Mum. Brilliant.
Never loses reception.
That's what I've said to you 100 times. Okay.
Oh, you're going to have to guess them now.
But no. That's what I've said to you. Did you see what he said about
what?
You don't pay attention at all.
Is it?
He said the thing about a blade is it never loses reception.
True.
And I've said to you that
You do
again and
keep
again
saying
and
that,
again.
yeah.
Don't rely on a gun. Have a knife.
Or a sledgehammer.
Well, you could throw a knife. Oh, I suppose you could throw a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
You could have multiple knives, whereas you probably wouldn't carry a huge amount of sledgehammer.
You've got to guess one of these.
I know what you're wondering. What's in the canister? I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Jason Statham.
I'm only mucking about. Relax. As for what's in the canister, it's best you don't ask.
Come on, you've got to guess it.
I didn't know.
Have a guess. They're quite basic. It's all one word.
Gas man. Close.
Very close, actually.
I didn't know. Toxic. Oh, smoke. Oh.
Not bad. Close. Gas man. New superhero, Gas man.
Super villain
Yeah.
with the energy crisis at the moment.
True.
Are you narrowing it down? I'm going to call him Toxic.
Oh, look at that.
First aid.
Yeah. So they have a similar ability which jams all
Reception.
equipment that comes near it, drones and stuff.
Oh, that's quite useful. Mute. Can you speak?
Well, didn't it
When
now?
I was little, my Savta taught me that silence was a woman's best garment. have to admit, I never really took her advice to heart.
I love that. See, these ones are so good,
Yeah,
aren't
I think.
they? And they're the original. These are 7 years old.
Is that because? Did they just get lazy?
I don't think so. I
You
think
know,
it's
yeah,
just
but you know when like.
I think the way of revealing them's just changed.
Or is it because when you're trying to become successful at something, you have to work quite hard at it. And once you've made your name, you can kind of sometimes
Get more creative.
No, sometimes people get lazier and they think, well, we've got a winning formula. Oh, well, let's just stick someone called Valkyrie in there.
Yeah.
You know.
You really hate Valkyrie, don't you? Jesus, poor Valkyrie. What's Valkyrie ever done?
No, I just think you should work harder
Yeah,
at
that's
it.
fair.
You know, don't be lazy. People are putting a lot of effort into playing these games for you and money probably.
When you mix fuel,
This is
metal
a good one.
oxide, and metal powder in just the right way, it burns at 2,000 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to cut through nearly any barrier known to man.
Yeah, but it's quite slow, and you kind of advertising you're going to be coming through.
Throw some C4 into the mix,
I mean, nobody's
and
going
you've
to be
got
standing
one hell of a
behind that when
combination.
you're doing.
Any guesses?
Thermite. How was I going to guess
Well, that's what it's called. Thermite.
I didn't even know that. Get some kind of shield up in a minute, mate. They are shooting
You're not
through
far
stuff
off.
behind you.
You're not far off with his ability.
Get a shield up, come on.
That's his ability. He's got a bulletproof doorway which he puts down. Castle.
I quite like these names though.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they're a bit
You should.
punchy.
I think you can get this one.
The average person's heartbeat can
Medic.
be upwards of 175 beats per minute. A well-trained tango is able to stay cool, keep calm. Their heart rates can be 70 to 100 beats per minute. But by the time I'm done, that number goes down to 0.
The photographer. Scanner.
It's good, isn't it? So he's got
Yeah, I like these
cardiac
ones, yeah.
scanner, so he can see the operator's heart rates through walls and floors and ceilings. So you get loads of intel on the defense as to where they are.
Do you know where? It didn't really say whether they were defenders or attackers.
Defender.
How do you know? You just know.
I just know.
So if anybody new wants to play this game, they just have to contact you and ask.
No, it says in the operator picking screen.
You have
Does
a
it say on
few
the thing?
spare
By
hours.
secret, it says ask.
I'd love to share the details of how this device is a masterpiece of design. Quadruple independent gearboxes enabling 0 to
The
20
engineer.
in under 4
Use that.
seconds. 10 kilometers of
Gearbox.
internal wiring. 1,100 expertly machined hand-assembled
I
components.
don't even know who this is.
Flawless control at
I've
over
watched this
300
before.
meters. But all my team needs
Oh,
to
yeah.
know is, does it do the job or doesn't it? And let me tell you right now, it does the job.
That's like. Do you remember you used to have one of those robot wars things?
Shunt. Yeah,
With the
with the
little-
axe. Yeah, this is similar. A little robot that goes in with a. It's got a little laser and it can destroy equipment that's the defenders have
Like
set up.
robot wars.
Yeah,
Except nobody dies.
Yeah.
Twitch.
not a fan of that name.
Was that before the Twitch channel?
No.
So you stole it.
Oh, for God's sake.
Be more imaginative. Twitch paid for. Molten.
What?
Molten.
I thought you were about to say it then. I was like, how have you got that?
So it's mole. The mole. Is it mole?
I honestly thought she was going to get that then. I was like, how have you got that?
Mole. Molar. It bites you
No.
to death.
He's got massive shields. Massive shield. Well, yeah, that's why I was shocked, because I thought we were going to get Montan.
I think that's French, but I don't know what it means.
It must. I might just.
Mountain?
Mountain.
Don't know.
Or shield, or something in French, maybe.
Don't know.
I've learned from
Look it
experience
up.
that the
Oh, you
place
can
to
get
save
this one.
lives is in
Come
the
on.
field,
The medic. I don't.
not the northeast.
So close.
Nursey. GP.
And sometimes the only way to save a life is to take one.
Sure about that.
Yeah, that's not a good motto. Don't follow that life
Let's
advice
not use
from
that
this
motto.
operator, please.
Let's just try and. I don't know.
You're very close.
Paracetamol.
So close.
Doc.
So you said GP, so I think we'll give you that one.
Doc Martin.
Yeah, we'll give you that
I
one.
trust that the ceramic trauma plate I'm wearing will stop a .357 Magnum round traveling at 490 meters per
Gonna call him Dirty Harry.
I trust myself not to move, not to flinch.
I mean, can they just do it with the crash test
I
dummy?
trust my teammates.
I trust me. Oops.
And they trust me.
It looked like something broke.
Yeah, so
Did the
he
shield break
gives you
or the missile that
he
was
gives you
fired?
reinforced armor plating, which gives you a bit more health.
Okay, but is that quite heavy and does that make you a little bit immobile?
No, it
running
doesn't.
around?
It doesn't.
Rook. Ooh, I'm sensing a chess motif running through this. We
Do you
can
know
have a
what an
bishop,
art is?
and a king and a queen and a pawn.
There isn't any of them, I'm afraid.
Or a prawn.
And a
When
sniper
I was
have in
little, I
common?
always thought they were called prawns.
Details. Like when a touch of color is out of place. When a shadow does not match with its surroundings. Or when a shape is not where it is supposed to be. The only difference is the stakes.
These videos are so cool. I love the older ones.
Mine are higher.
Still, that they're trying harder in these ones.
You wouldn't have got that one. So he's got a special sight, which, you know, Warden's glasses lets you see through smoke. If he's looking through that sight, you can see enemies lit up through the smoke. So like his counter is Warden.
They are much better, these little.
The
clips,
early
aren't
one,
they?
the early one's
and I
really
think
good.
that I love the
I think
dialogue.
this is my favourite one. as well.
Dialogue is really well written.
This is my favourite one.
This would suck me. Watching these would suck me into wanting to
More?
watch the player.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And personal. Go backwards in time.
That's the one I was thinking.
No. See that all that equipage seems a little bit unwieldy, doesn't it?
So he puts in a little cluster charge and it shoots grenades through a wall. Just like
Little
that. Yeah,
face.
just like the little sign.
Little face on it.
I think this next one is my
Those
favourite.
big grenades.
This is the best one.
Keep them alive. They break down doors and come through windows, weapons drawn. They check the corners, watch each other's backs, and give the all clear.
But I'm hiding.
But it's too late. The first rule of survival. A real hunter always watches where he steps.
I said that to you earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Look out for the traps on the floor.
So, as you can see there, it's really good because the
Cap
images
can?
look like their abilities. Cap can, yeah. So he puts little explosive entry denial devices in doorways, and if you walk through them, they blow up.
So it would be good to be that person that comes through the wall.
Yes, yeah. Or you check your
Or
doorways.
could you lay that down if you're seeing somebody cutting through the wall? Could you lay one of those down where they're going to come
They have to go
through?
on doorways or windows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I love Capcom, and I think that's a really cool video as well.
I'm definitely loving the old because I'm old.
The Lord, nicknamed the Lord.
That is a lot of heavy equipment to be lugging around with you.
He's nicknamed the Lord.
Nickname. Job well done.
Tachanka. But yeah, he just has a big turret basically. But that's now changed because it used to be a stationary turret, but his character's been reworked and reworked. Now it's a transportable turret which you carry around.
So, do you think those are probably better characters because they've been worked on rather than what
they do is a lot of characters
they've
who don't
evolved.
a lot of characters who don't get much play time, the devs will rework the character and change them up a bit so they're picked more, if that makes sense.
And you say it's like a new season.
Yeah.
So is it only ever the most current season you can play, or can you go back and play it old
No, so that
school?
all of them stay in the old way. So it's just adding more and more into the mix. If you have like a big pot of soup, you're just adding more to the soup. That makes sense. Big operator soup. Lovely.
No, I do like soup. See, that's a lot of
Flash banging them.
and that's what I said you needed to use in that other game we were playing.
Yeah, it is.
You need to destroy people's night vision. Could have just used a phone though, couldn't you?
Yeah, true. Blitz.
But that's a shield as well.
Yeah, shield, so you just charge in, blind everyone, then shoot them.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward. Good for rushing the defenders and catching them off
If they
guard.
had sunglasses on, they'd be
Or
good
if
to
you were
go.
Warden, you'd be alright.
Yeah. No, but does Warden glasses work
Work
against
with flashes.
Flash and smoke, does it?
Yeah.
Because you said, oh.
Flash and smoke. Warden's actually very good.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Feels like he's more defensive than.
He is a defender. Yeah. Ned Flanders.
So he can see where.
She can see all of the
bombs.
Yeah, all equipment that defenders have placed down.
Oh, that's handy.
Really good.
And did you say that some of the aims of it is to defuse a bomb?
Yes.
So you want her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Every
good.
game.
It's good. This one's quite a cool one as well.
They said it could not be done. They said it was designed for tanks. They said I could not make it smaller and more accurate. They were wrong.
So that's a ADS, and it shoots out any projectiles coming in, like grenades, flashbangs. Defender. German. Jaeger.
Jaeger bomb.
He's not a Jaeger bomb.
Oh, he had a bomb.
True.
I used to be undercover. I did time. I had to deal drugs.
Oh, poor you.
I even had to kill.
Sad.
And I was so good at it that it got me a promotion.
So he has a little.
It's all a bit questionable.
He has a
isn't
little
it?
electric things which stop the walls being able
Nah,
to be
we don't
breached and stuff.
Are we done?
And I believe that's it. There we go. That's
Okay,
it.
well,
Mother.
that was interesting.
Something a little bit different, and I think anyone who's new to Siege, it's a lot to take in, isn't it? Like Mum's probably brain is fried right now. But yeah, I think it's a lot to take in. But hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
and you said you'd like those. I think those earlier trailers because they had a bit more story. They had a bit of speaking, everything. Along with that Amaru and Goyo one where it went through a bit cartoony. I thought were really
they were
good. But yeah, I think we're going to have a watch of a bit more of the story trailers in the future for Rainbow Six Siege as well. So make sure to subscribe. To find your way back here. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, afternoon, or mornings. And we will see you all in the next video, won't we, Mum?
Maybe.
Fist bump me.
Oh.
Right, see you soon, everyone.
Hanging.
Cheerio. Bye.